Hi guys, so today I'm going to be chatting about workshops and why workshops are such a great way to leverage your community. So it's not only a great way to upsell to your customers, but it's also a really great way to test out any new content or ideas you have and get real-time feedback. So if you've never planned a workshop before, it can easily be put in the too hard basket. But luckily for you, I've done it before, and guess what? Today, I'm going to be sharing my 7 biggest learnings from a workshop I ran and share the mistakes that I made so you don't have to make them. Anyway, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Side Hustler's Handbook. I'm Emiley, your go-to girl for marketing and business tips to help you hustle smarter, not harder. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new episode every Tuesday. So a week ago, I ran my first ever workshop, and you know what? It couldn't have gone better. The group I had were so connected and so engaged, and I had the best time. One of my students even said, "Kate's facilitation was great. She encouraged everyone to discuss their business, which created a great atmosphere throughout the day." The skills learned within the workshop are unique and extremely useful for all kinds of businesses. That kind of review is exactly what you want from a workshop, and I'm so stoked to get that kind of review from my first ever workshop. So, do you want to know how I planned a workshop that far surpassed my expectations and landed a testimonial like this? Well, here are my 7 learnings from running my first ever workshop. Learning number 1 is planning time. So I am crazy organized and I like to plan things well in advance, but I understand not everybody is like this. But I really recommend that you allow 2 months for planning. So start looking in your venue, your suppliers, and get a really good idea of what you'd like your workshop to be about and what sort of content you want to discuss. But don't start selling tickets 2 months out. Because I did this, and you know what? It was just 2 months of stress because I sent out an email and a whole lot of other communication to my community about early bird tickets 2 months out from the event, and I sold a couple, but then crickets. No one bought any until the last week before the actual workshop. So that meant that I had 2 months of freaking out that only a handful of people were going to come. So I would recommend start selling tickets 1 month out from your event. Definitely start with an early bird for a week or so to try and get those really super engaged people to purchase right now, but don't start selling them too soon. Learning number 2 is understanding your audience. So within a week of creating my workshop, I changed the entire concept based on some feedback I received from some of my connections. So I'm super proud of myself for doing this, but it was a massive hit on my ego. I had planned a workshop that was a day long and was about $500 mark. And then I changed it completely because budget and time were coming up as pain points for my customers. So I changed it to a half-day workshop and at about a fifth of the price. So really work out what the purpose of your workshop is. It might be an opportunity for you to upsell to coaching services or one-on-one services in the future, or it might be a way to really test out any content or ideas that you have for, a digital course or other avenues that you're looking to take. Learning number 3 is create your content early. So if you can create your content for your workshop before you even start selling tickets, this will be a great way for you to really confidently understand what it is your workshop's going to be about and how long it's going to run and the proceeding of the workshop. I didn't do this. which made it really hard for me to pitch to people that I was meeting about my workshop, because I couldn't confidently state exactly how my workshop was going to run and the content that was going to be discussed. I did have a vague idea, but it wasn't clear and I didn't feel confident in explaining it. So highly recommend, if you can do it before you start selling tickets, that's ideal. If not, definitely do it 2 weeks before your workshop so you can practice and really get familiar with the content and make any changes or additions as you go. Learning number 4 is worksheets are essential. I created these little guys 2 days before the event, and it was because I had a brainwave that, doing activities throughout the session was going to be a great way to create that interaction, but it was also a really great way for me to trigger my memory as to what I was trying to get them to do. Plus, this is a really cheap way of getting your branding at the workshop, which is a really great tip for Instagram photos. But also just remember, you're running a workshop, you're not running a lecture. So you really want it to be interactive. So really spend some time, not 2 days out if you can help it, on creating activities and worksheets for your workshop. Learning number 5 is technology. So, I can edit a video and I can do all those sorts of things. When it comes to planning for technology failures, I am not very good at this, which is why I have an amazing husband that is from the tech industry and can help me remember all the things I don't remember. For example, I forgot the adapter to my computer that was going to attach to the projector. I forgot the memory card out of the camera, but I did have it charged though. And I couldn't figure out how to get my slides up on my screen as well as my notes without having my notes on the projector. But luckily for me, my hubby fixed it all and helped me throughout the whole process. So if you can't get a husband that is tech savvy and can help you, make sure you plan these things out and ensure you've got all the things you need. Some other must mentions would be chargers, so your phone charger and your laptop charger, but luckily for me, that wasn't a problem. Learning number 6 is to have relevant examples. So make sure that the examples or case studies you're using in your workshop are relevant to your audience and they're familiar with the brands that you're talking about. Up until a day before my event, all my attendees were female. So I used a lot of fashion related brands or brands that were quite female centric. But I did end up having one man in my group. But I think I did explain myself well enough. But in saying that, I may have brought in a few other brands that would have been more relevant to his background. This is a really important step to do, because if your examples are relevant, then you don't have to explain everything in every tiny little detail for someone that has no idea about the brand or the product that you're talking about. Learning number 7 is build a connection. So for me, this was really important because I'm a big connector myself and have been to a lot of great events where I've met incredible people that have led to great collaborations and also business opportunities. So it was really important for me to ensure that there was a lot of time available for people to connect and share where they're at in their business and offer each other some advice and guidance as well. So I've shared these learnings with you because I want to help you avoid the mistakes that I've made, but also understand the importance of different aspects of the workshop planning process. So if you've got any other key learnings that you've had from running a workshop or event, please comment below. So you're planning your workshop or event, but now what? You need to sell some tickets. So jump on over to my video, How to Market Your Business in 2018, which shares 10 zero budget marketing ideas that you could be implementing right now. Now, please take my learnings with you and avoid the mistakes that I've made. But if you need some more help with your PR, communications and promotions, jump over to my website, kemiley.com, and sign up to see my exclusive 5-step video series that's been created just for you. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up, plus share it with anyone you know that's running a workshop or event, because I'd love them to know what my key learnings have been from the planning process. I'll be back next Tuesday with another episode of the Side Hustlers Handbook. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell as well so you make sure you're notified when my video goes live. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then.